Hi, I'm Christian Matthew Cullen, and this is the Hammond XK5. If this is your first Hammond, welcome to the Hammond family. If you're already one of us, welcome home. This quick start guide for the Hammond XK5 is intended to get you up and running as quickly as possible. The greatest feature of the XK5 is its ability to be molded into your dream Hammond, regardless of genre. Follow this guide closely and you'll be able to hit the stage with confidence. Even though you may know about musical gear and might even be a Hammond owner, stay with us as we go step by step so you can devote your attention to playing and not be concerned with learning your way around. The common grounded power cord attaches on the rear of the organ.
Be sure to plug into a grounded AC outlet.
It's not recommended to use power cables from other instruments. Many organists use an expression pedal as part of their basic rig. In the organ world, this is also called a swell pedal. For the XK5, we recommend the Hammond EXP 100F.
It's available from your Hammond dealer. If you're a previous owner of an XK3, XK3C, and already have an EXP 100F, it will work. You may also use the Hammond EXP 50, EXP20, or any number of third-party expression pedals.
Out of the box, the XK5 is already set for the EXP 100F.
So you can just plug it in the jack marked for it on the rear of the XK5. If you're using the EXP50, EXP20, or other expression pedal, plug it into the Control 1 foot switch jack and set the polarity switch to norm. Out of the box, the toe tab on the upper left corner of the EXP 100F will toggle the speed of the internal digital Leslie or any Leslie speaker cabinet you may have hooked up via the 11-pin connector.
If you're using anything other than the recommended EXP 100F expression pedal, you're going to have to make some adjustments. To get started, let's take a look at the basic editing controls and learn what they do. First up, the information display.
It's like your computer monitor. All your information is going to appear here. The screen is organic LED type. You'll have no trouble seeing it in any lighting condition, indoors or out.
You'll never need to adjust it. You'll see it clearly from any angle. Next up, the play button.
The play button is unique on Hammond instruments. It's not like the play button on your music player or CD deck. Your XK5 won't start playing by itself if you press it.
In this case, the play button is more of a take me back home button.
There often comes a time where you might mistakenly press the wrong button and what's in the display looks unfamiliar. You're expecting to see your preset name. Or you might find yourself in the middle of tweaking a parameter but need to get back to regular mode quickly. Just press the play button and play. Pressing the play button escapes the display from wherever you may have brought yourself and puts you right back at home base. You can toggle it to have the drawbar registrations expressed as a graphic showing the exact setting of the drawbars, or you can go old school and see the number value of each set of drawbars. The sound will not change with each press, only the display changes.
Let's look at the menu exit button. It's used to enter the menu mode.
This is where you change things, the way the drawbars sound, the way the percussion sounds, setting the keyboard up for MIDI, or anything else out of the ordinary.
Consult the owner's playing guide for a complete explanation of all the menu edit modes and what they do. How about the navigation buttons?
Also called cursor buttons, these allow you to navigate through the display pages, and once you're there, select which parameter you wish to adjust. Up, down, left, right.
Now let's check out the value knob.
This is an all-purpose control, adjusting the parameter you're currently working with. It's continuous turn. There is no stop. Spin it clockwise to increase and counterclockwise to decrease.
You'll use this for all the adjustments you don't press a button for. It's a value knob. Finally, we come to the enter button.
This one confirms the edit or action you've just performed.
If you're using the EXP 100F, you won't need to make the following adjustments. Let's set up your EXP 50, EXP 20, or third-party expression pedal. Start by touching the menu exit button once.
Then touch the right cursor button 3 times. Touch the enter button. Now use the value knob to select Expression. Touch the Up button once. Use the value knob to select both. Press the Play button, which will bring you back to home base.
Many players like to use a foot switch to control the Leslie speed. Some like to use the traditional half-moon switch. It doesn't matter if you're using the onboard digital Leslie or connected to a Leslie cabinet. You can use either to control the speed. The recommended foot switch is the Hammond FS9H, which is available from your Hammond dealer, but you may use any good quality foot switch. Some players use an electric piano damper pedal, which works fine. Attach the FS9H or other pedal to the Control 2 jack on the rear of the XK5 and set the polarity switch to norm. If you're not using the FS9H, you may need to find the proper polarity setting for your chosen pedal. Just flip the switch. You'll need to tell the XK5 you wish to use a foot switch to control the Leslie. Start by touching the menu exit button once.
Touch the right cursor button 3 times. Touch Enter. Touch the right cursor arrow once. Use the data knob to select the Leslie SF Alt. It may already be displayed.
If it's already there, don't do anything. Touch the play button. And now you're ready to go. Every press will switch the fast and slow Leslie modes. Let's check out the CU1 half moon switch.
This traditional switch for controlling Leslie speed is found on vintage Hammonds everywhere. It's available from your Hammond dealer. Follow the instructions provided with the CU1 in mounting it to your XK5. After the switch is securely mounted, plug it into the dedicated CU1 jack located in the recessed panel of the underside of the XK5. No menu adjustments are necessary.
Let's hook your XK5 to a keyboard amp or Leslie cabinet. If you're plugging into a regular keyboard amp or injecting directly into a PA system, we recommend, if possible, you use a stereo configuration for your XK5. This will give the best response when applying the digital Leslie. The XK5's digital Leslie will sound excellent in mono as well.
We recommend Hammond Road Warrior matched cables.
These are available from your Hammond dealer. The XK5 has the big sound you expect from a genuine Hammond, so please use a high-quality keyboard amp.
Like our Leslie model L2215 non-rotary keyboard amp. With both XK5 and amp powered off, connect the left and right line output jacks of the XK5 to the matching stereo inputs of the LS2215, or your chosen keyboard amp. If you will be using the XK5 in mono configuration, attach only the left output jack. Power both units on.
The combination of Hammond and Leslie is timeless, and many of you will be playing your XK5 through a Leslie cabinet.
When you connect a Leslie speaker cabinet using the 11-pin socket, the digital Leslie circuitry inside the XK5 is automatically bypassed. The Leslie controls, including the half-moon switch, the toe tab mounted on the EXP100F swell pedal,
and the foot switch, if installed, will all control the rotor speed of the Leslie speaker cabinet. With the XK5 powered off and the Leslie disconnected from the AC,
plug the male end of the 11-pin Leslie cable into the XK5. Attach the female end to the Leslie cabinet.
Reconnect the Leslie power, switch on your XK5, and proceed. You can use the XK5 with most vintage Leslies, but you will need the proper kit to communicate with them. Contact your Hammond dealer for further information. Some of you might have a vintage Leslie with a combo preamp.
To hook it up, attach a cable from the left-out jack on the XK5 to the input on the combo preamp. Make sure to set the XK5's Leslie switch to bypass. This sends a raw signal out, bypassing the internal digital Leslie, preventing an unpleasant effect when an already affected signal is processed through a Leslie speaker cabinet.
When you use a combo preamp, the speed controls on the XK5 had no effect. You must use the foot switches on the combo preamp to select speed. Now that you're all hooked up, you're ready to start making music. Let's get familiar with the XK5.
The brand new digital engine inside replicates the workings of a vintage electromechanical Hammond organ with digital tone wheels that are always spinning, a modeled matching transformer, and a real tube preamp.
Up front, the XK5's exclusive multi-contact keyboard provides the unique touch and response you can only find on a genuine Hammond. Most keyboard players are familiar with the basic Hammond building blocks, but if you're new to the Hammond family, here's a quick rundown to get you started. Some people call them sliders, some call them tone bars.
The Hammond harmonic drawbars are the heart and soul of the Hammond organ. They are the tools by which you create your tone. There are reasons for the numbers and colors, but for now, let's just say that there's 2 sets of 9 for the upper or swell keyboard or manual, 2 sets of 9 for the lower or great keyboard, and 2 drawbars for the bass or pedal. Each bar represents a harmonic that goes from low in pitch on the left to high in pitch on the right.
While there are many traditional settings, the rule is move the drawbars around until it sounds good to you. Adjust according to your taste. The reverse color keys to the left are your preset keys, the same as presets you'd find on a synthesizer.
They don't play notes, but they do call up combinations of drawbars to give you different sounds. The drawbars won't move when you call a patch with the preset keys, just as they didn't on vintage Hammonds, but the sounds will change nonetheless. Out of the box, the XK5 presets will match the factory set that was shipped from 1953 to 1974 on each B3 leaving the Hammond factory. If you're a long-time Hammond player, you will immediately recognize these sounds. The patches begin with C# and continue to A. The patches go from soft to louder the further you go up the preset keyboard. The low C is cancel, which renders that particular keyboard silent.
There are different sounds for each keyboard. On a vintage Hammond, the preset keys latch when you press them. The XK5s do not.
Instead, there are indicator LEDs at the head of each key. A red light indicates the current upper preset, and a green light indicates the current lower preset. If you see a mix of both colors, it means both upper and lower preset keys are the same. The names of the patches will appear in the display, along with the bank and preset key information.
Of course, if you're using the single keyboard XK5, you'll be sticking to upper keyboard patches, but you can split the keyboard to use the XK5 as a double keyboard instrument. More on this later. The A# and B preset keys affect their corresponding set of drawbars, allowing you to create your own sound.
The legend printed on the small ledge in front of the drawbars show you which set of drawbars is controlled by which preset key.
Having 2 separate settings allows you to make quick changes between sounds. Vintage Hammonds had only 1 set of presets. Modern Hammonds have multiple banks. As we said, the stock set is the vintage one.
But there is a new and different set of 9 presets under the C to A preset keys in each bank. It's easy to select a bank. Find the Bank tab immediately to the left of the upper keyboard. Press and hold it. You will see a red light glow over the corresponding bank's preset key. Choose the bank you wish from C to A and press that key. The patches from that bank are now loaded under each preset key.
Please note, your A# and B adjustable settings stay the same. As many parameters are saved with each bank, the entire nature of the organ may change. The chorus vibrato effect is one of the hallmarks of the Hammond sound. Vibrato is the movement and pitch you hear in vocalists, violinists, and guitarists, which adds richness. You may be familiar with chorus pedals, popular with electric pianos and guitars. Although the chorus effect was first found on Hammond organs, Hammond's version is different than what you're used to. The effect is unlike anything else in the realm of musical instruments. It adds a shimmering layer on top of the original tone.
There are tabs to turn the effect on and off for each manual. There are 3 levels available for the vibrato chorus, controlled by the round knob adjacent to the chorus vibrato tabs. The vibrato settings are marked V1, V2, and V3. The chorus settings are C1, C2, and C3. The indicator LEDs encircling the knob indicate which setting is current. Selection of patches may change the setting, but not the physical position of the knob. This is normal. When you adjust the knob, the settings change. Please note, there is no indicator on the knob itself. The printing on the chorus vibrato knob has no bearing on the actual settings. Trust the LEDs for the current setting. The great innovation of the mighty B3 Hammond percussion is that little you hear at the top of many B3 sounds. The XK5 is configured as a vintage B3. Percussion is only available on the upper manual and only when the B reverse preset key is selected. The 4 tabs that control the percussion are like the controls you're familiar with on a vintage B3. Left to right, the on switch, which engages the percussion. And don't forget, it only works on the upper B reverse key preset. The soft switch, which lowers the volume of the percussion note. The fast switch, which shortens the percussion's decay, and third. What does third mean? When the LED for the third switch is not lit, the percussion sounds the second harmonic, which is an octave above the note played. When you press the tab to light the LED, the percussion sounds the third harmonic, which is an octave and a fifth above the note played. There's more. As on the vintage B3, turning the percussion on cancels the 1-foot drawbar on the B preset. Another legacy from the original B3. It does that to sonically make way for the percussion voices. The traditional partner of the Hammond organ is the Leslie speaker. It's that big wooden box with stuff whirling around inside you've seen on stage at concerts. The sound that it imparts is unforgettable and dramatic. You may have a Leslie speaker cabinet connected to your XK5. Know also there is a digital Leslie living right inside your XK5. The XK5's Leslie switches will control a Leslie speaker cabinet in the same manner as the digital Leslie. You may also have a half-moon switch attached. There is no hard and fast rule in how to use a Leslie. It's your call. Use your own judgment and ear. Make it right for yourself. Now that you're acclimated to the sounds and controls, let's personalize your XK5. How about splitting the keyboard? Organ music is traditionally played on 2 keyboards. This can be done on a single manual organ by using the split mode, assigning the left lower half of a single keyboard to the lower manual voices, while the right higher part remains with the upper manual voices. Here's how to make it work. Press the split button. Now press the lower button in the preset selector area. Select a lower preset or select either the lower A sharp or B adjustables and pull the drawbars of your choice. Now press the upper button in the preset selector area. Go ahead and select an upper preset or select either of the upper A sharp or B adjustables and pull the drawbars of your choice. Out of the box, the split occurs at B2. Now, B2 and below is the lower manual. Above it is the upper manual. And there, you have a 2-manual organ. Many players don't kick bass pedals, rather they play bass with their left hand on the lower keyboard. Some call this manual bass. It's easy to do this on the XK5. Turn on the split mode as we've already discussed. Instead of selecting a preset or working the drawbars, touch the lower tab in the preset selector area and choose the C preset, which silences the lower keyboard. Now touch the pedal to lower tab next to the split tab. The LED should be on. This brings the pedal voices up to be played on the lower manual. Find the 2 drawbars by themselves in the middle of the drawbar array. They are the pedal drawbars. The left one, marked 16, is a deep, rich bass tone. The right one, marked 8, is an octave higher, suited more for subtle playing. You can mix the 2 for your own personal blend. If a guitarist wants to play in another key, he can use a capo. We've got the transposition button.
Occasionally, players need to shift the key to something different than what they are playing, like when accompanying a vocalist, soloist, or choir. Here's how to do it.
Touch and hold the Transpose tab. While keeping the Transpose tab pressed, use the adjacent up and down tabs to shift the organ's sounding range plus or minus 6 semitones.
When you've hit the desired key, release the tab. While the red LED is lit above the Transpose tab, it indicates the organ is transposed. To return the organ to its normal tuning, touch and hold the Transpose tab.
While keeping the Transpose tab pressed, use the adjacent up and down tabs to return transpose value to 0.
Then release the Transpose tab. The LED will turn off. Changing a preset will not affect the transposition. If you should power the organ down while the organ is transposed, it will return to the normal key upon power up. This seems like a good time to share a very cool feature found on the XK5 and all Hammond instruments: shortcut and direct access. If you wish to access the parameters beneath any of the control panel tabs,
press and hold the chosen tab down for a few seconds, and you will jump to the first page of that feature's parameter menu.
Release the tab when you see the display change. If there's a menu attached to a tab, the shortcut will work. Some of you like the sound of a crisp and clean Hammond, while others prefer a bit of grit, and some want to crank it to the extreme.
Press the overdrive button and use the adjacent knob to dial in the amount of crunch that you want. Like a real B3, the further you press the expression pedal down, the crunchier it will get.
The overdrive division on the XK5 is very deep, and we encourage you to consult the Quick Start Guide PDF and the Owner's Playing Guide to learn how to tailor the overdrive to best suit you. You may need to set some patches right away. Here's the procedure, along with the way to name them. At the start, you should know that saving a preset will write over an existing factory preset in favor of your new settings. However, you can recall the original setting at a later date should you choose to. Here is the simplest way to save a preset within the bank you are in. Decide whether you want to change an upper manual or lower manual preset.
If you have the single manual XK5, use the upper or lower preset selector tabs to choose where you wish to save the preset. Make whatever changes you want to the sound using all the controls available. When you are ready, touch and hold the red Record button, and while you're doing so, press the desired preset key.
When the preset LED stops flashing and glows continuously, your new preset has been saved.
You may reprogram any of the presets from C# through A. Remember, the C is for cancel.
It's always wise to give a unique name to a preset you have created. Here's how.
Touch the Menu Exit Touch button once. Touch the Page Right Touch button twice. Touch the Enter button, arriving at the upper patch name area. Use the Page Left and Page Right buttons, moving the cursor to the chosen character. Then turn the Value knob to scroll through the characters. Upper and lowercase letters are available, plus numbers and punctuation marks.
In order to preserve your newly named patch, you must immediately save your patch again in the way we just learned.
Press and hold the red Record tab, then press the same preset you saved the patch into.
Your patch with its new name is now saved. There's a lot to learn about your new XK5, and you've just gotten started. We'll be releasing more videos to make it easy for you to sculpt your dream Hammond. Consult our website for all the updates and news. The PDF version of the Quick Start Guide has more information, and the Owner's Playing Guide has everything you wish to know. Welcome to the Hammond family. You now have the sound, the soul, and you are the one. I'm Christian Matthew Cullen. Thanks for watching.